What's up, YouTube? Sammy G here. Thank you for tuning in and welcome to NETFIX, the show where I tell you what's worth watching and what's not on Netflix. So, I've been out of the game for 2, maybe 3 Fridays now, and I have a very good reason. I'm sorry to leave you hanging, but boom! I'm engaged! Engaged! I can't think of a fun pop culture reference, but whatever. So that's it. I'm getting engaged to a lovely fellow and one of the luckiest people alive. I can't say I am the luckiest because he's marrying me. So, with all that said, I've seen so many things that are worth watching, and I'm really looking forward to telling you. So, Russell Brand, his newest special is out. If you're a fan of Russell Brand, you know what you're in for. If you're not, here's a little bit of background. So, Russell Brand, British guy. The show's actually, I want to say, in Britain somewhere, and or England, whatever. And so I feel like his accent is a little bit heavier than I'm used to, and there are times where I have no idea what he's saying. He's very flamboyant in his mannerisms. He is actually, I found interesting is like there is this new element to comedy specials, the big screen, you know? Like, I feel like it's a lot, to a point, it's a little bit easier to be a comedian now because you have the ability to have any visual reference to your story. So he talks about some of where his name has popped up in the media and why. He has a child. There's a few things that are new to his life, but you still have Russell Brand as Russell Brand. And I am a fan of Russell Brand. Not only do I resemble him in my demeanor and my wardrobe, but I've just been a fan. I've been a fan of him for a very long time, and it was nice to get a little bit of that back. Other things that I want you to watch, with this hat on, I might as well get into some of the holiday stuff. Everyone already knows British Baking Show. I recommend 2 of the British Baking. 2. There's more than one series on Netflix that's all under British Baking Show. So there's the British Baking Show, there's the British Baking Show Beginnings, there's the British Baking Show Holidays. I have not seen the British Baking Show. I've only seen the Beginnings, which I'm assuming is their pilot series, and it made me fall in love with the show, but I can only watch so much of the show. So I'm not going to say everyone needs to see the British Baking Show. Not everyone needs to see the British Baking Show, but you should at least watch one episode of the British Baking Show and see which way you go. Because when I first saw it, I thought it was hilarious, which I don't think that was the intention. It's so mild in true British fashion that everyone, like, it's not a competition show that we're used to, you know. And it's interesting to see what the British eat as desserts, because they don't consider our cakes and cookies like real desserts. They're like American desserts, too sweet, which I totally believe. Like, their stuff is like ingredients that you can identify, not like corn syrup and whatever food coloring stuff. So it's like nuts, not really, I don't know, I said nuts, like fruits and chocolate. It's very straightforward, and it's cool. It's a different culture, right? The Beginnings was fun because I like the hosts, the original hosts. Over the course of the actual British Baking Show, it gets a little bit more competitive. They changed the hosts. They changed one of the judges. Things change over time. This is me kind of getting the information secondhand because I didn't watch those later episodes, but I do recommend British Baking Shows, The Beginning and the holiday one. Fine for the background. This is a background show for me, except if you get into it. But like, it's one of those that you can easily just have on. Wait for them to actually present their finished baked good, right? They're confections. And so when they present that stuff, then you're like, oh, that's what they made, right? Like, cool. And then what happened with me is I saw a British baking show, Holidays, and then I went over and was like, Nailed It? So Nailed It is another competition series, American, and they have Nailed It, the traditional show, and then they have Nailed It Holidays. I only saw Holidays, and I'm glad that that's it, because one, it's a little bit shorter. You don't have to watch like multiple seasons. Same thing with the British Baking Holiday one. I think it's like 1 or 2 seasons, which is just like find the winner or episode. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Find out for yourself. So don't ask me questions. I'm grinching a little bit right now because I'm really tired. Because I got engaged, and everyone keeps getting me champagne upon request. But regardless, so Nailed It was really fun. The hostess is this comedian woman that used to be on like True TV. I'm not sure if she's been in any movies or anything, but she's wonderful, especially for the holidays, because she's a bit jolly. I would put her, she's like a sassy Santa, because she's like, let's see what you made. And I love it. She's wonderful. I'm a little like, I want to be that divalicious. So I'm going to step up my game, especially because I'm getting engaged. I want to, maybe wear a little bit maybe I'll start wearing makeup on these shows. It's probably not going to happen. But you might get some eyeliner out of me. And we'll go from there. I've kept it pretty casual on my appearance because I'm not trying to break the internet here. I mean, if I clean up good, believe it or not. I clean up freaking great. So when I'm ready to commit to this full time, which I think I'm there. At least, like the weekly show, Friday NETFIX, get you ready for the weekend. Honestly, it gives me time to watch the shows too, but neither here nor there. Watch Nailed It Holidays, because then you get like, okay, so what Nailed It is, for those of you that don't know, it's another baking show. However, we're past like the amateur bakers of the British baking show and go straight to bad, like openly bad bakers, also amateur, but they're like, when they send in their videos to like get on the show, they're not known for baking well even at home, so they come to the show and they have a very short amount of time to bake things, and they actually have a real baker as one of the judges. They have the comedian hostess, the like professional baking chef, and a celebrity judge that swaps out every episode. So far, so good, right? And then you have 3 contestants who are bad bakers, like little housewives, not really housewives, but like working moms who like to bake with their kids, the dad who likes to bake with his kids, whatever. At one point there was like this veteran who she had got an injury and she thought she couldn't bake anymore, and then she's like watching this show of watching people fail and still like owning it gave her confidence back. So there's that kind of underlying thing. But baking show, they had to recreate the professional chef's creation. And for the holiday ones, again, I did not watch the original Nailed It series. The holiday ones, they're all holiday themed, which makes it fun, right? So like a toy robot cake, and everyone else tries to make it in like 40 minutes, and it looks like a garbage can, So it's fun. It's a lot more American. They have like little quirky fun things, but again, it's not really that competitive either, because they're not trying to take each other down. They are having fun just being on the show, and they could win $10,000. So that's that. I wanted to bring up one other show. I don't remember what it was, so I might have to save it for another episode, because guess what? I have to make up for my other weeks. So let's recap. We got Russell Brand, which I'll give it like, it wasn't my like favorite thing of him, but I do like him, so I still worth watching. British baking show, holidays or beginning, and then nailed it, holidays. Have a good one. Merry Christmas!